Have you ever stood in a place so silent you could hear your own heartbeat? A place so dry, your breath evaporates before you exhale? That's a desert. But here's what most people don't know. Deserts are not just places of heat and sand. They're full of mysteries, extremes, and life forms that seem ripped from science fiction. And today, we're about to uncover some of the most shocking, mind-twisting facts about deserts that'll change the way you look at Earth itself. Let's begin with a fact that instantly flips your assumptions. What's the largest desert in the world? If you said the Sahara, you're not alone, and you're not right. The correct answer is Antarctica. That icy, frozen world at the bottom of our planet is technically a desert because a desert is defined not by temperature, but by how much precipitation it gets. Antarctica sees less than 2 inches of snowfall or rain each year. That makes it not only the coldest continent, but also the driest. Imagine that the world's most frozen place is also the world's most deserted. But deserts haven't always been what they are today. The mighty Sahara, now a scorching sea of sand, was once a green paradise. Lakes, rivers, and lush vegetation stretched across the land. People lived, hunted, and even painted animals on cave walls: hippos, giraffes, even elephants. But here's where it gets weirder. In some regions of the Sahara, scientists have uncovered whale skeletons. Yes, entire whales, buried beneath the sand. How does a creature of the sea end up hundreds of miles from water? Because millions of years ago, that part of the desert was under a shallow ocean. These deserts aren't just lifeless. They're graveyards of forgotten worlds. Now, let's crank up the heat. Literally. Ever wonder where the hottest temperature on Earth was recorded? Welcome to Death Valley, California, where in 1913, the thermometer hit a scorching 134 degrees Fahrenheit, or 56.7 degrees Celsius. That's hot enough to cook meat on rocks. But what's even more unbelievable? People live there. Not just live, they run ultramarathons across this blazing terrain. Every year, endurance runners attempt the 135-mile Badwater race, starting at the lowest point in North America and climbing toward the mountains, in temperatures that can kill. Why? Maybe because surviving in a place like this makes you feel more alive than anywhere else. But humans aren't the only desert survivors. Some desert plants are like living water tanks. Take the saguaro cactus in Arizona. It can grow over 40 feet tall and store up to 200 gallons of water inside its massive frame. It waits months for rain, then soaks up every drop and lives off that water for the entire year. Its arms aren't just decoration, they're reservoirs. And when it blooms, only once a year and only at night, it does so with fragrant white flowers that attract bats. In a place where every drop matters, the saguaro is a water wizard. Now, what if I told you there are places on Earth where it almost never rains, and yet life thrives? Welcome to the Namib Desert in southern Africa, one of the oldest deserts on Earth. It gets most of its moisture not from rain, but from fog that rolls in from the nearby Atlantic Ocean. This fog is so thick, it condenses on rocks, spider webs, and even animals. The fog-basking beetle, for example, climbs a dune in the early morning and tilts its back toward the wind, collecting water droplets which run straight into its mouth. These creatures drink clouds instead of rivers. Now that's evolution at its finest. But some desert animals go one step further. They don't just survive without water, they never drink it at all. The kangaroo rat, found in North America's deserts, lives its entire life without taking a single sip of water. Instead, it gets moisture from dry seeds and stores food underground in carefully constructed burrows with controlled humidity. Its kidneys are so efficient that it produces almost no urine. Humans can't survive more than 3 days without water, but the kangaroo rat? It's built for a world of dust and drought. Still think deserts are lifeless? Think again. Some deserts come alive with color. After heavy rains, something magical happens. Desert blooms. In Chile's Atacama Desert, known as the driest place on Earth, entire fields of wildflowers suddenly explode in pink, purple, and yellow. It's called a superbloom, and it happens maybe once every few years. Seeds that have been lying dormant for decades awaken. bloom, and then vanish again until the next miracle. It's as if the desert takes a deep breath, opens its eyes for a day, and then goes back to sleep. If this journey amazed you, imagine what else is out there, waiting to be discovered. So stay curious, stay wild, and remember, even the loneliest lands are never truly silent. They're just waiting for someone to listen. Like, share, and subscribe if you believe the Earth still has stories we've only just begun to hear.